An amiable welcome to everyone. This is our Legnum channel to enhance your understanding. Today's topic is about respiratory monitoring. Measurement of oxygenation. First, we'll see about pulse oximeter. Pulse oximetry is the most basic and mandatory monitor to measure the oxygen saturation of hemoglobin in the arterial blood. The probe is applied on fingernail, toenail bed, or ear lobule and the tip of the nose. So the normal SpO2 is 95 to 98%. This is a picture of a normal pulse oximeter. The principle of pulse oximetry. So pulse oximeters work on the principle of Beer-Lambert law, which states that different solvents absorb infrared at different wavelength. A pulse oximeter probe emits two lights at different wavelength. Oxyhemoglobin absorbs more infrared light, while deoxyhemoglobin absorbs more red light. Errors. A pulse oximeter can show error in case of abnormal hemoglobins, in case of anemia, hypovolemia and vasoconstriction, vasodilation, nail polish. It impairs the transmission of light, shivering, SpO2 below 60%, skin pigmentation, dye such as methylene blue. Cooximeters. Cooximeters are special types of oximeters which can differentiate between normal and abnormal hemoglobin. Photophlethomography. Variations in the amplitude of the pulse oximeter waveform can be used to access fluid status and the responsiveness to fluid therapy in a mechanically ventilated patient. In this picture, you can see, for example, a smartphone. It has a camera with a flash. So when the flash is emitted, it gets reflected from the nail bud and a waveform is created through it. Mixed venous oxygen saturation. So it is the best indicator of tissue oxygenation. Normal SpO2 is 75%, although the ideal sample site is pulmonary artery, but practically sample from superior vena cava or even a peripheral vein may suffice. Here, a PA catheter can be inserted from the internal jugular vein into the superior vena cava, and from superior vena cava it enters into the right atrium, right ventricle and through the pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary artery you can measure the wedge pressure or you can also take sampling of blood. Any condition which decrease oxygen delivery to the tissues like hypoxia, cardiac failure, shock, anemia, or which increases oxygen uptake like pain, shivering, hypothermia leads to reduction in SvO2. Conversely, conditions that decrease oxygen uptake like sedation, anesthesia, hypothermia, cyanide toxicity, or improve oxygen delivery like oxygen therapy, inotropic support, blood transfusion lead to an increase in SpO2. Regional oxygenation. So mixed venous oxygen saturation indicates the oxygenation of whole body. It does not provide information regarding specific oxygenation of an organ or a tissue. At present, the only monitor which is used to measure cerebral oxygenation is reflectance spectroscopy. Here, electrodes are placed over forehead to measure the frontal cortical oxygenation. Typical values of cortical oxygenation range from 55% to 80%. Measurement of expiratory gases. Various techniques such as mass spectrometry, Raman gas analysis can be employed to analyze and measure the concentration of expired gases. However, in the current day practice, all monitors use infrared absorption technique to measure concentration of all expired gases except for oxygen and nitrous oxide. These infrared devices works on the principle of Beer-Lambert law, which states that different gases absorb infrared light at different wavelength. and absorption in a mixture of gases is proportional to their concentration. Capnography. It is a continuous measurement of end tidal carbon dioxide, also called as expired carbon dioxide, along with its waveform. So the normal value is 32 to 42 mmHg. Capnography uses the same principle of infrared absorption. It is one of the most important and sensitive tool for monitoring in anesthesia. Methods of monitoring. There are two methods, side stream and mainstream. So side stream, expiratory gas sample is taken and delivered to the sample cell, also called as analyzer. The disadvantages in this system is there is delay in response and the humidity can block the chamber. And in mainstream, the sample cell is placed in the expiratory limb of the breathing circuit. The disadvantage is there is increased dead space. Normal waveform. In a waveform, there are four phases. So phase 1, it contains dead space gas with almost no CO2. And phase 2, transition from phase 1 to phase 3. In phase 3, it is alveolar plateau. In phase 4, downslope at the time of inspiration. This is a picture of a normal waveform of capnography. In phase 1, the exhalation cycle begins by air leaving the trachea, posterior pharynx, mouth and nose. This is called dead space as no gaseous exchange occurs. In phase 2, dead space plus alveolar ventilation. So the ascending phase, CO2 from the alveoli begins to reach the upper airway and mix with the dead space air. CO2 is detected in exhaled air. In phase 3, it is called alveolar vent. The CO2 concentration curve remains relatively constant as primary alveolar gas is exhaled. It is known as alveolar plateau. The end of phase 3 is exhalation. It contains the highest concentration of CO2. In phase 4, it is the start of expiration. Uses of capnography to confirm intubation, to control the level of hypocapnia during hyperventilation in neurosurgery, to assess the performance of CPR. It is also used to diagnose the following condition. EtCO2 value can be 0 and flat line. In this condition, esophageal intubation, accidental extubation, complete obstruction, disconnection, ventilation failure, cardiac arrest. The decrease in EtCO2 value is seen in pulmonary embolism, hypothermia, hypotension, hyperventilation. Increase in the EtCO2 value is seen in exhausted soda lime, hypermetabolism, malignant hyperthermia, decreased ventilation, bronchial intubation. No change in EtCO2, bronchospasm, COPD. Different waveforms of capnography. The picture mentioned above is a normal waveform for a mechanically ventilated patient. It is a normal waveform for a spontaneously breathing patient, natural breathing. Prolonged expiration for COPD, asthma patient, this will be the waveform. In case of EtCO2 not coming to 0, this is the waveform. And EtCO2 not coming to 0, the reason can be exhausted CO2 absorbent, defective expiratory valve, recovery of spontaneous breath. The waveform in case of any cardiac oscillations. In case of increased EtCO2, the waveform will be prolonged above 40. The EtCO2 suddenly coming to 0. The waveform in case of a decreased CO2.